So we're going to jump for the last segment of at least today. This is going to be back in the MSQ again and see how far we can finish. Something I can do for you? We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. The saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? I got this wool with this basket of fine alpaca wool. Don't make me laugh, lady. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. What do you want? Girlfriend? Boyfriend? And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup a day at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, third promise. Such mezcal can be found for only 5 pel in the thousands columns. 5,000 pel. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal. Aged 3 years at least. What? You can't change the deal. 3 years. That stuff is valued in the 10,000 per pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business proper. Zoral Jah will go to war, and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Is it snowing? It's snowing. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of the Pelu pray for your victory, Wook Lamont. The younger ones, though, to them strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Cavalli who are convinced that the first promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. But what about you, Mablu? Aren't you afraid of the younger generation? Or at least a year or two young, at least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was like when Yokhoi ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn Servant, to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I'd better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed. We just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for the trade or stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Tulial on the line. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let's try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. A trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade as at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. What about the Hrothgar that we met on our way in? Of course, the Weaver. Bull Nook was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let us head back to the road where we first met him. Kind of picking up her accent. It's not a rough one. Have we opened up? We just have a couple golds. Let's see what the golds are up to. Oh yeah, so they're just standard gold quests, okay. Stomp on you bastards. This is the spot. After Bold Nock talked to us, he walked off to the south. Then he probably going to Ikuvolo's Inn. Most visitors to Wachu and Pelo end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? To the inn! I want to say to the in and out. We're gonna go get burgers. Well, this is land of tacos, so. Don't mess with me, bugger. I'll squish you like a bug. Oh, look. I was gonna call him something else because I know it is other stuff. Are there people actually fighting the fate? Oh no. I missed it. I wonder if there's any nodes right here. Nope. Oh yeah, I need to go look at my portraits. Oh, all my portraits are messed up. I have to remember the settings, so when I set up my Reaper, my Viper, and my... So it's Standing 3, Smirk, Tank Gradient, so... Preset, background, Tank Gradient. And then character Standing 3, expression Smirk. You gotta pause it, save. I think I'm gonna have to fix the Viper anyway. Not sure why it's changing all my crap. Nothing changed on most of these outfits. This one changed a little bit because I changed those accessories on the healers. Like all these others, I didn't change anything for them. Edit. Tank gradient. Standing 3. Smirk. These dies don't matter. Okay, now let's go to the inn. I have to re-beat up this guy. Don't mess with me. Angry short guy. Like most short guys. There you are. Can I have that basket, Chaos Fire? Okay. Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Well, Nook, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise. You wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about? I'm trying to get me a saddle, and I gotta trade some stuff to get the saddle, but I need something to trade. I see. So the goal is to turn the basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. See, he wants to invest in it because she'll bring peace to allow him to make more money. So, you know, he'll make, you know, he'll bring more in the end. So it's a benefit to him. Peace in Tyrol is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledged to preserve that peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Ah, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like this would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. That's very generous. Bull Nook, thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, Third Promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Chaos Fire remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you built with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading. One you've instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Chaos Fire, you take the poncho. If I lose it somehow, Aaronville would never let me hear the end of it. All set? Our next deal is waiting to be found. Excellent trade. Alpaca alpaca pel for 500. Okay, Moblu. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? They aren't wearing one. That's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. So where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. Who needs a poncho? A lot of Mamolja hardly wearing anything to begin with. Those are probably landsguards or sellswords. Mamulja, who soldier for a living, prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So even if they had better shoulders, Mamulja carry arms can be struck off the list. Although, this guy, possibly. This one's already fully dressed. An artisan or peddler, perhaps. Come to rest after visiting Wachum Pello. Like Bolnak would be my guess. This dude's sweaty. That Muljulja is armed. Could be a Dopro carrier. I've seen them flying their wyverns, and these types aren't fond of excessive clothing either. Let's see. No coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tulyal, and was dressed quite smartly, all the better to show the Pelu I am a man who takes pride in his appearance and therefore his work as well. Now look at me. Well, sir, it is your lucky day. I got a poncho here. What a splendid poncho. This would be perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hat suit? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp, and the haft well made. I'd value this as 1 pel in the 1,000 column. Oh, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful. Fine garments such as this should put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Miplu's Mate Garden, for one. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate. I thought it would impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I have to meet you. Did you hear that? We've already found ourselves a new buyer. To Miplu's Mate Garden we go. Yes, but that's a far distance on foot. We should take alpacas. These ones will be the calm type, right? Oh, no. Do I look like an alpaca person? Old poncho for a fine hatchet. We need like 4,000 more pel to go. Doing good. Northwest. Northwest. Should be like one like right here or something. Ah, it's right there. Boink, boink, boink. My guess is that's going to be further south than we can go. Boink, 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 boink. Can we jump over the wall? Yes, we can! Well done, recognizing that toolmaker as a potential customer. If you have a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu has kindly provided. Ready to go? Let's mount up. Why is mine so short? Are you guys biased against Lala's? Give me this short alpaca. Well, that means that this mount will be, it'll adjust by size. Because you can see the Pelu has one different than Wook's, and Wook's is different than mine, so. Who's that? You have to talk the long way around the cliffs. Who's that? It's a mark. Can I get off the alpaca? No, we're stuck in the scene. I love working with alpacas. Alpaca lunch. You discovered a new location. Meat Blue's mate garden. What kind of mating do they do with this garden? We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Iklu's inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we're ready to return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobley took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. Hey, we don't need to look angry about that. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm telling you this. You need to keep trading things for your saddle to prepare for the feat of gold. And it's mate harvesting time, so they can't have too many quality hatches. And to that, Wook Lamotte's way with people, we should be able to have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Third Promise, and let's go get to bargaining. I don't want to go get to bargaining. I saw ether currents. Where was the current? I saw it as we rode up. There it is. Flybird! Flybird! I don't want to fly. We got any nodes here? What kind of node is that? 95 unspoiled. I don't think I can do that one. There are mining nodes here. Mountain chromite ore. I don't know if I like the fact that it's all kind of clumped together. I kind of liked having the integrity separate. So if there's anything... Ingots. Mountain chromite ingots. 5 to 1. You have that little axe for me? It's a hatchet. Not an axe. Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. Hey, what kind of mates you got? You're Meat Blue, the owner of these fields? I have a mind to trade, if you're interested. Well, well, the third promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have to offer? This hatchet. Forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edges of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. This quality is acceptable, I suppose. I will offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. A sack of mate leaves is valued 1 pel and 1,000 columns, the same price as the hatchet. The still will bring us no closer to Mezcal. If I may, Mr. Smith Blue, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a little higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procure an ample batch of tools well in advance. We missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you I stand with the second promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe including farming. And I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wook Lamont. That is why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for this transaction. How about this then? If you're willing to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Koa and his reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. You didn't know how to do that stuff. Added value to zip the scale. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Chaos Fire and I have mate to go gather. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Is that note still there? Nope. My guess is mate is part of the leaves. Branch of verdant mate leaves. Goosey goosey. sated? I am. I still have TB segs. You've brought me some leaves then. Yep. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make any decisions, though. Me mate's been harvesting mate for you. Here, we brought our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I am prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Ooh. Could probably trade that premium mate bought at the shop. One sack of those leaves would cost no more than less 5 pel in the 1,000 columns. And we trade the mate for the mezcal. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home. Take talk of the contest aside. I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best for the rest of your harvest. Ma Blue, what's wrong? It's as I was saying before, even after everything Tobley's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I need your help after getting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobley to accept my decision then? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? So you intend to give up then? Have you talked to him? Start there. Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace and become Dawn's servant. Happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobley held the same opinion. So talk to him. Yeah, you might want to start with that point. You're right. It's better to find out sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. Only I was good at that. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel? No, I think we're close enough. I think we can go straight for the premium mezcal. Because we got the high-end leaves. Trust me. Bargain our way into double value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I'll make this trade work. I admire your Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Kwana and Zoral Cha? I mean, of course I am. I'm Wook Lamont of the Dawn's Promise, after all. Looking a little angry there. Before we go... Oh, Lucy Goosey's over there. Let me give you the mate leaves. I don't want to risk being Arenville's point. Ready then? Our next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. Alright, what's up over here right now? Nothing. Time to head out. Ooh, look at these guys. Natto Cactuar. And get Natto butt kicked. Question mark needles. Not a cactar, not a problem. I don't want to play with you guys right now. You need to go beat up those one guys, though. There's an ether current up here. There's alpacas down there. How many have we hit in this area? 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. So there's probably 2 more up in this area. And then there'll be... the rest will be down in another area. Oops, I only needed to kill one of them. I have my chicken out. No. Yay, we got a thing to come do it with us. You say, where's that forlorn maiden at? It's dead. Twisty fate. Certain rewards for fates are dramatically increased. Now we just have to find a fate to do. There's no fates up here because this is the split and this is going to be down on the other side. So just jump on my froggy and right away right now. Hopefully we find a fate. But that should also bring up the new shared fates. Yep. I think you gotta get past level 1, and then it'll open up the other shared fate. It'll open up the other stuff that I want on the shared fates. Someone found the B ring. I think that was the one that we saw while we were riding there. I was looking at trying to figure out what it was. Why are you up there? East. It's gonna be up over here somewhere. There it is. This Chaba's gonna try to prevent me. Come on, Chaba. Let's go. I keep wanting to use the gap close like I would Spine Shedder dive. I need to use food. So I'm 4. Yeah. Oh, look, there's one. It's got the bonus to it, but I'm not gonna try to. Balance them both. It's like, it'd be like finding one that I couldn't do, or one that I could do, or. Oh, that fate's gone. Dang it. I just have to go up this way. Oh, take me up the backside of the alpaca place. We'll want to speak with a man named Gobli. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his products, so if we're to convince him this trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to people here in the distillery, Castfire, perhaps Wick Lamont could do the same in the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. Beeblejaw. Me? I'm a chef from Tulial. I often come here to buy Gobli's mezcal, the finest in Tural, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still am so addled as to agree to what price he quotes me. It'd be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations, else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangements. Dude gets all his customers drunk, and then I like that one. Gobley might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. He presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though. He'll be laughed out of Sunperch. There's not much I can say about Gobley, but I can tell you what Gobley's been saying. The other day, he was wondering about monsters prowling around Agave Jaws. That's the field where he gathers ingredients for the mezcal. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the things they love. Any fates? So, what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. The deal is going as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobley is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind this distillery. You go on ahead. I'll bring Rook Lamont. Heidelin. That's the beast. Hi, Gobley. How you doing? You have business with me, sir? Why don't we talk down below so as not to distract the alpaca from his work? No. Because you're just going to bring out some mezcal and try to get us drunk. Now, what's this about? Keep it brief if you would. I'm a busy man. We're in the market for some 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal. Assuming you have any on hand, that is. Ah, an excellent choice. I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. What good stuff in life does. Oh, wait. We don't have Pell, but we can offer you a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff, like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal just like that. Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? Obigo Chief's distrust for strong drink. Gobley's invitation to... The agave field. Let's hold on to that one. We need to consider our timing. Strong drink. Don't get me drunk, jerk. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I cannot hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers, a Hobigo chief, is the same. Seeing as not everyone can join mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance. And brewed from the finest leaves, of course. Oh, you're right. Absolutely right. I noticed the growing reluctance on part of my Hobigo friend, and did not realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with that out of value in mind, no stack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Should we try to offer to cull the monsters causing them trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve till we need it. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal was to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes, I must admit, I'm still reeling at the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I can secure the deal. Well, I think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your best when you walk into Volok Sonosa. It'd be such a shame to miss out on the chance of a lifetime simply in want of proper garments. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bold Noak, and his work is the highest. His works are highly regarded in Tulial. As a supporter of Wiclamont and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit that is fit for this golden occasion. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one which I should take full advantage. But the scales aren't quite balancing. Now we play the card. Say, weren't there monsters running amok in Agave Jazz? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I'd be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hire sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense in the introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. All right, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and cast fire, and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Bull Nook. The field you're looking for is just north of Wachumpelo. Be safe. Yo, lady, wait for me. We're in 62%. I don't know if I can get there in time. So I don't even know the path to it. So many people doing plates right now. Two by color. Yeah. I mean, I don't plan on staying in the area, so I don't look at it as a waste. Like if I was staying in the area, then yeah, I would have wasted it. I don't think we'll be in this area for too much longer. It seems like the Pelu case is almost done. It's this way. Oh no, I think I go this way. I don't know how to get to the fields. Oh, there you are, Wook. That should be Agave Jazz, just over there. It's a little faster if we split up. Come and find me once you finish clearing out your share of the pests. Oh, the field's up there. Like, did you not, like, prep for this dude? Because you as a warrior should not have taken that long working through this. I think I did more damage to your freaking thing than you did. Oh, legend, my foot. He's just gonna stand there and let me kill his mark for him. They didn't actually do anything. Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this one was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to give Mablu the sack of leads so she can seal the deal. Like I killed more of other people's. Like I killed my one, and then I killed a whole bunch of the others. Those monsters are no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have that sack of leaves. There you go. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobley. Here are the mate leaves and the written introduction to Bull Nook as agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal. Age 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. You better give it to me. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far, Third Promise, but let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Give me the liquor. Mablu, isn't it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand for now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. You better give me the mezcal, because I don't drink that. Look. At least the warrior light does not drink. Ice blue, raptor blue, cactuar green, or just some... I don't know, I'll probably grab the ice blue. Even at the palace, I don't think I ever heard of 10,000 hell jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Or you better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. Yeah. Ahaha, can you imagine if we dropped it and had to start all over again? Luckily, Havley's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. This is it, the trade I've been working towards. Phew, still in one piece. Right time to make our deal. Get your tools ready, saddler. We brought you your precious mezcal. You didn't think I could do it, huh? Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing, a few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an expiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Seems I underestimated you, Moblu. Sorry! Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Zoralja, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. The trade is a fair one. I will craft your saddle, third promise. Great! Stay and wait if you'd like. I have all the requisite materials. So it won't take long. It won't take long. It will not be long. Or go fast, jerkwad. Oh. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. I can taste that smooth mezcal already. Other work does not involve drinking, you jerk. We did it. This saddle is ours. And to think we started out with only 100 pel basket of alpaca wool. Moblu, you're going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me glad to hear you say that, third promise. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. The others will be waiting. Feat accomplished. We have a very accomplished... I dare say mezcal may sell well as an export. Not if we drink it all first. Drink all your wares, you bad traders. Oh, excuse me. Alright, Alfie. You've acquired the saddle then. Yes, and thanks to no small part by Moblu. Before you rush to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. I know it's something I need to learn. Well, first off, don't be scared of the damn beast. Great sunken gods, I did it! So cute. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Waklumat's touch. That is because of the singular scent with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good long look at one before, but you're actually kind of cute. And then it goes and spits on her. Ha 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 ha. You're only now noticing that? Zorolja, he's back. What the heck? Having done exactly what he set out to do. That alpaca he brought, is it just me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such beasts. They say the golden alpacas live a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows it's better. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Woklamat. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Tiral can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness first. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war's merciless nature. These are what moves the clans to join the founding of Tulial all those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth, had they bask in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as a tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much-needed lessons in the realities of conquest and the renewed appreciation for peacetime. 'Tis true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. Blech. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose, the rebellions it spawns, and the ruins it leaves behind. The Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressor as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Gul-Jah did not elevate the Mamul-Jah. Why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon a more distant horizon. He would not unite only Tulial, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present you with your much-deserved keystone. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me, or even with Koana. It's like we're not even family. I'll ponder Zul'Jah and his mysteries later. Right now, I need to think about finishing the feat of gold. I have my saddle. I practice how to use it, so lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The Bayou of Kenka is northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Wook Lamont off on her hunt. Out the back door. Are you playing with barb moles? I can do this. I know I can. Cheer on Wook Lamont as she marshals her courage to attempt a harrowing capture of wild. / cheer! You got it, Wook.
Good luck, that promise.
Oh, she's been voiced.
I'll need it.
A very different voice than what I expected for Mablu.
Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wook Lamont is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
Like, Afano just wanted to leave.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
We're pitching tents again? The heck is going on here? Not only did we pitch the tent, we started campfire and everything. Like, this is like lack of faith.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shitona from Shaktural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek.
And did you?
My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
Oh, it's morning. Hope they slept well.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Wait. Do you hear that?
No. Do you? Oh, look, she's riding an alpaca.
They did it.
How many times you get spit on? If Node has to heal her.
Spent, and small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
I'm so relieved that third promise came back to us safely. She got a really high squeaky voice, I can't do it. And the alpaca she tamed is healthy-looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feet of gold. Ice blue. Well, Clement still seems a bit unsteady on her feet. Hardly surprising as she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know what will melt away fatigue like magic, though? Mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time and the tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mablu so wisely suggested, we shall all set a slower pace for our exhausted third promise. Yeah, right. I'm not RP walking back. You can RP walk. Taking a beast. Oh, can't go that way. You can't go that way anyway. Hitch the map. Oops. Ugh. Came back ahead of the others, did you? I should hurry along with the tea then. Rook Lamont can't be that far behind. Oh, that tea really did. It really is magical. I feel better already. I see you become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Lion doesn't spit on her. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruits they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Welcome back, Third Promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking a valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it. Although I couldn't find a shiny one like Zoral Ja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born once every few decades. They are elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single person is known to have caught one before, that being Gulul Ja himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Tulial, in a time when the mountain giants, the Yurkhoi, held our peoples in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver wool. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver food and other tributes. Those were wretched days to hear grandfather tell it. Then along came young Gul Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn servant. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure, equal to the Yurkhoi in stature and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Guhul Jaja showed no such inclination. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cup of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Guhul Jaja ascended the cliff. Ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pelu Pelu from the Yok-Hoi's subjugation. He then turned an aspiring eye upon our riders and proposed we take the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering enmity between the clans. So it was a few words from Guhul Jaja transformed us into a clan of itinerant merchants. I never heard the Bon Papa Forge of the Pelu Pelu spoken of in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. Then you may know that Guhul Jaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up into the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest of creatures. While an ordinary one was the best I could manage. The feat required no more than that, Third promised. And you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Mablu's right. You're a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Don't spit on me. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in true Pelu Pelu fashion. I sorely doubt your siblings could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. So this is what they look like. Go on, set it in the tablet. A perfect fit. That leaves 6 more. One more we have a quest of, so you're well on your way, Third promise. We'd have been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, Woklamat. You've given me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. Tobli, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpacas. But there's something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parents allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my wards lives fulfilled with as much happiness as I could provide. Yet never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear you found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Totally. What did I tell you, Mablu? There's one last thing I can help you with, Third Promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. Then I suggest you talk to the Yakhoi. They once ruled over far more than just Yurkoi Pacha and the Pelu Pelu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yoktural and all its people. During that era, the people were commanded to search for the City of Gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yakhoi have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated. We lose nothing from asking the question. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, Cryo, I have a question I've been meaning to ask, and since we're finished with the feat, where did you acquire that earring? My earring? Do you recognize it? Yes, pieces just like it. First became fashionable in Yoktural around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become more common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right about the time my grandfather made his journey. Yet the Dawn Servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as a regular seller for many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you. Tired. Jumping feet first into the peddler's business, eh, Mablu? Right then, let's head back to Tulial and get ready to search for the next elector. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best mezcal for the occasion. She has a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. He even brought a golden alpaca to heal. But you heard Zoljaw's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambition, but they'll find the man himself intimidating, terrifying even. Whereas I've grown to love Wuk-Lamat. Everyone she meets will come to love her too, and that's why she'll win the throne. You might be right, Mablu. You might be right. And now for the Hanu Hanu. Feels good to have the feet of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales beside Zolja and his shining golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, but God knows you've been so supportive, and I want to be strong and wise like my brothers. To be a promise that the people respect. Which is not likely if I stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's move on. Back to Zabiatea with us. The contest has hardly begun. Let's look at this. Sorrow. Oh, Sorrow's down there. So that's not one we can get. We can do those 2 purple quests. While we're here. Alright. These should give us ether burns, yep. Hey, I recognize you. You're Chaos Fire, yes? I heard about you. Companion to the Third Promise, most dependable individual. The name's Nopli, and I'll have you know I'm a merchant, blessed by fortune, if I do say so myself. Indeed, I believe our meeting today is no chance encounter, but the hands of fate guiding us in singular purpose. The exchange of invaluable items at unbelievable price. I could direct your attention over here for just a moment. Feast your eyes on these crates of exceedingly rare precious metal and precious corrupted crystals. Beautiful, aren't they? They were extracted from remote regions of Eorzea and shine a brilliant orange hue, quite unlike your run-of-the-mill crystals, no. For you, I'm willing to offer them a low price of 1 pel, in the millions column. It's nigh highway robbery at this valuation, but anything for a friend of the Third Promise. You trying to rip me off, bastard? You're not even worth a fraction of a price, dude. What do you mean? Considering how much it set me back to purchase them, the price I'm offering should be perfectly reasonable. Strange. These are precious crystals, are they not? No. Just to be certain, these crystals are considered priceless treasures in Eorzea, right? Let me see if I'm getting this right. Not only are corrupted crystals commonplace across the salt, but they're also highly volatile. And in the past, you once used such crystals together with an elemental converter to do battle with powerful entities you call primals. What's more, you kept them in warded containers at all times to protect against their deleterious effect. All of which is to say no practical use for such crystals has been discovered, meaning no one with sense would ever bother to mine them. The peddler who sold the crystals to me mentioned a word of this. He claimed they are extremely rare in Eorzea, which is why I decided to purchase them in the first place, even after the exorbitant price he offered. Naturally, I believed him. Having seen crystals, never seen crystals of their like, could you blame me? But if they really have no use... Have I, Nopli the Lucky, been swindled? Well, at very least, I was able to learn about the crystal's true nature before selling them to some poor soul. Fortune hasn't abandoned me completely yet. At any rate, I'd like to verify whether these crystals truly hold no value. Would you be willing to help me look into this chaos fire? I need someone I can trust. And that you'd be willing to share the truth with me says a lot. No need to answer right away. Just give it some thought. If you've no interest, you'll be free on your way. If you decide to assist me, however, I'll be here waiting. Stretch, stretch, stretch. You're willing to help then? Wonderful. You truly are a kind-hearted soul. Now, before I go and confront the merchant who sold me these crystals, I'd like to look into the potential use of them in Tyrol. For instance, crystals are in high demand among Tyroli mages who make extensive use of them in their rituals. I just so happen to know a spellcaster among the distillery guards who'd like you to... I just so happen to know a spellcaster among the blah blah blah. Okay. In the meantime, I will see about procuring a container to ward off the crystal's harmful effects. For your explanation, preparing an elemental converter with my skills is likely impossible, but finding the requisite materials for a warding vessel should be well within my abilities. The mage you're looking for is an individual of the Bonwa tribe. If you happen upon someone wielding a staff, chances are you found them. Boink. The wall in the way. Oh, thank goodness, a capable-looking traveler. Please, I need your help. My caravan was attacked by beasts. I had a bodyguard, a young Momolja mercenary, but he could barely fend for himself, let alone me. He somehow managed to throw me over his shoulder and carry me all the way here. Carry me off all the way here, but no sooner did my feet touch the ground than he ran back into the jaws of death. Damned if I could figure out why. Injured as he was, I didn't like his chances. Please, I beg you, go to Chaba Yaket and save him. Whoa. Get over there. Unusual crystals, no interest. I prefer to keep my away from peculiarities. Staff bearing guard. But I'm afraid I have no interest in purchasing them. If they're as volatile as you say, there's little to be done with crystals whose very nature can change on a whim. Ooh. You get stuck. While trying to run and not stay. Sigh, so even the mage wasn't interested. Nevertheless, I thank you for speaking with them on my behalf. Seems you're right, these crystals really are worthless. I may be unable to make back what I've lost, but there's still one thing I can do. Cast fire. I wish to stop the pernicious peddler from continuing his crooked ways. Will you help me? What a relief. Allow me to offer you a small token of my thanks. When you have a moment to spare, please come see me again. I mean, you must stop him before he has a chance to swindle anyone else. Goldie quest. But it feels like it's a predecessor quest to like tribals or, you know, like something like that. Oh no, there's society quests now. Ugh. Can't figure out how to get to this guy. See, gold quest can be saved for later when you have like jobs for upgrading and stuff. When you're leveling in them. Oh, I know what I was doing. I can hardly believe my eyes. You felled those bloodthirsty beasts with such ease. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank you for saving me. As a mercenary for hire, I'm ashamed such help was ever necessary. We all need help sometimes. So the young merchant sent you, did she? The attack on the caravan was her wares scattered all over. I figured the least I could do was retrieve as much as I could. Thanks to your timely rescue, I can still do just that. No need for you to stay with me, friend. Go and let her know that I'm safe. I'll grab what I can and be along shortly. Blood flowing. So need of those for leather. Or perfect. Probably can't make much with one piece of leather, but still. Oh, I'm so relieved to hear he's safe. The Mamuljak take considerable pride in their trade as mercenaries, but that young man seems to have a particularly acute sense of responsibility. I've heard tell of some Mulja travel across the salt to make a name for themselves. As a preliminary step to that, it seems many young hopefuls gather experience here in Tural as mercenaries and bodyguards to sharpen their skills. That said, earnest as he is, the young man failed to protect my caravan. You'll have to discuss some form of compensation for my losses. I'm not heartless, however. He saved my life and risked his own to reclaim my wares. There's a lot to consider, however, treating his wounds must come first. Yeah, see, that one didn't turn into a secondary quest, so... One... Gosh, seriously? Like everything's stuck behind something else. Got 2 of 6. That's not gonna be a soon item that I'm gonna get. So. There's actually like a roundabout way to go and stuff. Oh, didn't even mount up. I just saw a weird looking elephant. So you don't get a reward doing leveling with people. Maybe you do leveling with a full party, you don't get the rewards. Oh look. Just as we thought, we found an elector and won our first keystone. I knew I was right to trust your instincts. Come on, let's keep these things moving and march on towards Kazumauka. Chances are good we'll find an elector there as well. Before we do anything, however, we should see what your patient Hanu friend has to say. I've been quite content waiting here, dining on the third promise's coin, but it seems you are ready to ask me questions now. So what is it you'd like to know? The route to Okona. We go south through the Arch of the Dawn, then follow the road which runs alongside the Kazumuuka River. Is that right? It is. Be warned, however, my brother and tell me the recent storm has rendered these paths even muddier than usual. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Far worse was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart, and several people injured and not killed. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. If you do still plan on going, I must urge you to proceed with caution. Be sure to watch our fooding. Thank you. Now I'm worried for the Hanu. It sounds like they've been hit harder than by that storm. Anyway, if we are bound for Kazumuuka, we should head over to the Arch. Are we ready to leave? Yes, we are. And onward to Kazumuuka. Open the way! And get your fat mamul job butt out of the way.
Kazumuuka, the land of rainbow terraces.
I was actually pretty close on the actual pronunciation.
Of all who visit without fail, the many-colored marvel. An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below. To its relentless flow, all life must yield. Together with Wuklamant, we proceeded along the marshy trail, a road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Kazumuuka.
Look at those falls. Even from this distance, you can feel the weight of that water.
Really? It just looks pretty.
Elefham was impressive, but as you can see, Tulihiolag is not one for natural wonders.
Hey, I'd just take you to Alo Alo. See how that thing looks now. You and me, Wook, we could go late. The Alo Alo.
You wouldn't want to fall into a bog.
I won't. I told you I've been here before.
Yeah.
Come on. Okanu isn't much farther.
She's always so self-confident. I won't slip. I won't get swindled. Hey, I got this really good deal for you. There's no stopping the third promise, is there? The good thing she has Aaronville to keep her from getting lost. For all his grumbling, he's certainly there for her. Everyone should be so lucky to have such a loyal childhood friend. Right, let's get moving. If we can continue along this road, we should find ourselves in the village before long. Ah, everyone has arrived, and none of us worse for wear, except for a certain third promise who slipped in the mud despite my explicit warning. Hey, I asked you not to say anything. Anyway, this is Hanu Hanu village I was telling you about. Ok Hanu. It's like our friend said, the people are in no mood for festivities. I can only assume they're still recovering from the damage wrought by the storm. Indeed, well, let's do what we came to do and find this elector. And help the village at the same time. Hey! Anu Anu! What is he doing? Oh, Kali! Oh, what now? It's like lolly ho. It's a Hanu greeting. Surely you've heard it the last time you were here. Well, I was busy enjoying the festival. Greetings to the third promise and her entourage. I, Sanuhali, welcome you to Ok Hanu. As elder of my people, I shall be also fulfilling the duties of elector during the rite of succession. I'm ready. Give me the feat and test my worth. All in good time, all in good time. In fact, I came to let you know we're not quite ready to begin. For that moment, please enjoy the hospitality of our village and just sit over there. We're fixing things. Right then. It helped to do some investigating as Wachu Pello. So let's take a look around here as well. Might I suggest a division of forces? For instance, Aaronville, Alizé, and Kryl could concentrate on the southern half of the settlement. Meanwhile, Wakluma, Chaosfire, and myself will handle the northern half. Great, we gotta go with Alpha Node. Can I get Alizé instead? Or just Wakluma, you know, just the two of us. Like, you go with the others. Sounds good to me. I want Alpha Node in the group. Can we ban him? Can I blacklist Alpha Node? Welcome, welcome. I'm glad to say the damage from the storm has been repaired. Our stores are open for business. if you have any bicolored gemstones to love to trade, I'd love to trade them. You got swamp monk thighs, crocodile skins, poison frog secretions, and Apollonian shell. Let's see if I get the fates up to up to 6 off of level 1. We'll get the mount speeds in those areas, but I don't know. This one looks like it might be another. This is probably in one of those split zones, like they've done the last 3 freaking the last 2 expansions, and they did it again in which so they did it in the last 2 expansions. Well, no, they did it in like Stormblood too. But yeah, they did it in Stormblood. I don't think they did it in Heavensward. But they like split each area into like 2 different things. And then no, Heavensward were singles. So when you went to go do your like your ether currents and stuff like that, it was harder because you had to shift between both zones. Am I still alive in there? Oh, I will. I got one in a little bit. I got a little bit of time. I think I'll go for another little bit here. I would need just a nap in general. Just today's just been enough to wear me down a bit. There's a boss way over there, but I don't know. That's almost dead anyway. I also need to eat. I ate breakfast and that was it. Oh, I have my ways of staying awake. Especially when it gets later in the evening and stuff. I stay awake a lot better sometimes. And even if I just take like a 2 to 3 hour, like I'll be awake for several hours. Oof. The storm beat up that egg or whatever the thing is. Repairs seem to be ongoing. Our home has been destroyed. You heard about the storm. I've never seen the likes of it before. With the supplies and the help of the Dawn servants sent, we're making progress repairing and rebuilding our homes. But while roofs and walls can be patched, there's still not so much else that was lost for good. Look. You still got whatever those things are, dude. Oh, look, sit down here. A lot of houses are still damaged, and the Hanu I've spoken to are not their usual cheery selves. That storm broke more than woods and reeds. There must be something I can do to help them. I'm going to look around a bit more. dude, like, the whole place is torn apart. I wonder if I'll catch anything here. And dude is just taking time out to fish. Like, yeah, the place has been destroyed and we're, you know, trying to rebuild, but I got a fish. The dry and shrunken bundles seem to suggest the reeds were harvested some time ago. Where the heck is the other one? Pink elephant on parade. Pink elephants on parade. Not sure why we're looking at a boat. Woven from reeds, this boat-like vessel is reminiscent of a bird. The beak and the feathered tail in particular stand out. Alphino, you just like staring at the boat. You're useless. This boat must be woven from the same reeds I see gathered in bundles here. The plant holds practical and cultural significance to the Hanu, then. No duh, dude. Go stick your head in a book. Hello? Can you all hear me? I'm told they're ready to receive us now. Come to the large building in the south of the village. On my way. We have to hurry over ourselves too.
No sign of Zorolja or that oversized lout.
How much easier it would be if Sorolja were to fail here. But that isn't likely to happen.
Come on, seems very sensible guy.
Honored guests, I am Zanuhali, elder of the Hanu.
You don't look that old.
I am also an elector, charged with judging which among you is worthy of ascending the throne. Without further ado, let us talk of the feat.
Not so fast. Surely you couldn't begin without us.
It's dummy.
He made it after all.
No need to fuss. There is no time limit for this challenge. Now, if you would allow me to proceed. It is here, in Okanu, where my people forged a bond with the Dawn Servant during our own chapter of the Tuli Yolal saga. In homage to those events, I have prepared for you the Feat of Reeds.
Reeds seem to be of great importance to the Hanu. I wonder what this feat entails.
Left and a right. Usually have two of them.
Every part of our lives, be it as food or weaving material. But look around the nearby paddies, and you will see that this season, our crops are failing.
So I have to fix your crops?
How fortunate, then, that my appointment to Elector coincided with this predicament. For surely, those who aspire to be Dawn Servant would find the matter of an ailing harvest a mere trifle to resolve.
Aye, well, it is indeed the duty of a ruler to address the people's woes.
Exactly, exactly. Do well in this, and you will earn my keystone.
Why bother mucking about in the mud when we can take the stone by force?
Oh, mercy me. You are a hot-headed fellow, Bakul Jaja. Some electors may enjoy going toe-to-toe with scrappers like you, but I refuse to entertain your base instincts. Arrangements have been made. Should you attempt to engage a feat-giver in combat without their consent, word of your immediate disqualification will be sent to the palace. If you're still feeling feisty, then by all means, draw your weapon.
This contest is presided over by cowards. There's no sport in fighting you.
Then we can return to the business of earning my keystone. The feat of reeds is begun. Claimants, I wish you the best of luck.
So I have to figure out why their plants are failing. See, Koana is gonna find like some scientific way of doing it.
Kitty crossed the seas to study foreign novelties. He might know tricks we don't. Tricks we can use.
What of Little Miss Mittens?
She lost.
You know the answer to that. Compared to the first and second promise, she's a distant third. Not even in the running.
Then we see eye to eye on this, brother.
Of course, you see eye to eye. Your heads are right next to each other.
Me has rubbed off on you. These allies of hers, though, they might be a problem.
Because we're smarter than you. And stronger. I wonder what's upstairs.
Damn it! I'm just as qualified to be here as they are. I'll show them.
Easy now. There's no time limit, remember? Let's keep calm and think things through.
Right. You're right. I won't win against that lumbering Vidrol by losing my head.
Tune to the Aetheryte. Probably call there. Well, we'll have to pick up the new quest. We'll pick this up tomorrow. Feats. I don't know the first thing about farming, but there's a way to save the harvest and help the Hanu. We're going to find it. I'll make Bakul Jaja eat his words. Understanding the nature of the problem is key to solving it. We need to examine the reeds themselves, then deduce the cause of their poor condition. Aaronville, will you take us to the fields where the reeds are grown? Of course. Follow me. No, we're gonna go over here. This is where the Aetheryte is. I can't get in the circle. Target is too far below me. You have attuned to the Aetheryte. Alright, well, I'm gonna go back to my house.